Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the FrostBytez gaming experience, part number 30 of the Pokemon Blue walkthrough. And we've got quite a bit of stats to go through, but for starters, my poor CPU sounds like it's about ready to die on me, and that's a shame. I've been meaning to get an upgrade on my CPU. I've been meaning to get a lot of upgrades on my computer. I just haven't had the money for it. And now that I'm starting to get close to getting the money for it, I really need to go on my way. I mean, it's the summertime, and it's been a really hot summer here. So doing any like little thing causes this poor computer and the CPU just to like sound like it's really frying itself, unfortunately. And I've had this CPU for a really long time. I've had the same computer set up since I first built it about like 5 years ago, and I haven't really been making any upgrades with it because, again, I haven't been able to afford to make upgrades with it. So hopefully within the next year or so I'll be able to get a lot of upgrades going on with this poor little computer. But anyway, so the Seafoam Islands. Seafoam Islands, you've got to push a bunch of boulders into the water in order to stop the current, because essentially what you just saw me do there was not under my own control. Once you get into a certain portion of the water, you're kind of forced into this area no matter what it is that you do, and you've got to use the rocks to basically block the current, so then you're capable of going out of your way to be able to traverse that portion of the water. But anyways, so in the Seafoam Islands, it's a really big cave dungeon-like area, so again, that's going to multiply because there's numerous floors. It changes the percentages of everything that we run into. So here we go, let's dive in. So red and blue version, on the very first floor, you have a 10% chance to run into a Zubat, 5% chance for a Golbat, and it looks like that's it. And when you look into just the red version, it's a 5% chance for a Psyduck, 1% chance for a Golduck, 15% chance for a Slowpoke, 19% chance for a Shelder, and a 20% chance for a Horsey. While as in the blue version only, it's a 15% chance for a Psyduck, 5% chance for a Slowpoke, 1% chance for a Slowbro, 20% chance for a Krabby, and a 19% chance for a Staryu. While in the yellow version, 50% chance for a Zubat, 5% chance for a Golbat, 15% chance for a Slowpoke, and a 30% chance for a Krabby. Going into basement floor number 1. Red and blue version, you have yourselves a 15% chance to run into a Seal, 4% chance for a Dugong, and that is it. In the red version only, we're looking at a 15% chance for a Slowpoke, 15% chance for a Shelder, 25% chance for a Horsey, 1% chance for a Seadra, 25% chance for a Staryu, whereas in the blue version, 50% chance for a Psyduck, 25% chance for a Shelder, 25% chance for a Krabby, 1% chance for a Kingler, 50% chance for a Staryu, and in the yellow version, 45% chance for a Zubat, 10% chance for a Golbat, 10% chance for a Slowpoke, 5% chance for a Seal, 25% chance for a Krabby, and 5% chance for a Kingler. And it looks like I'm just making sure that, okay, yeah, so this is basement floor number 2. I need to, like notarize these a lot better. Basement floor number 2, red and blue version, 4% chance for a Golbat, and that is it. Outside of that, you are looking with the red version, a 25% chance for a Slowpoke, 1% chance for a Slowbro, 5% chance for a Shelder. Hang on a second. 5%, okay, well, let me finish this off. 5% chance for a Shelder, 50% chance for a Horsey, 10% chance for a Staryu, and I was lying on the red and blue version. It's a 4% chance for a Golbat, a 40% chance for a Seal. I think I missed the Seal, but I'm not exactly sure. But in case I did, there you go. Blue version, you have a 25% chance to run into a Psyduck, a 1% chance to run into a Golduck, 10% chance to run into a Shelder, 15% chance for a Krabby, and a 5% chance for a Staryu. Yellow version, 40% chance for a Zubat, 15% chance for a Golbat, 4% chance for a Slowpoke, 1% chance for a Slowbro, 10% chance for a Seal, 20% chance for a Krabby, 10% chance for a Kingler, and a once-in-a-lifetime chance to go up against the Articuno, legendary bird number 1. So once you get control of the current going on, you are capable of then traversing into the waters to go against yourself, your very first legendary bird in Articuno. Now, you could choose to go against one of the other legendary birds at this point first, but I chose Articuno because it was more in my direction, and yeah, say goodbye, Articuno. I don't actually catch it. Who would have thought? But also because Articuno is, Uno. It's, the first bird. Little random Pokemon trivia that I think everyone and their grandmother knows. It took me longer than it should have for me to realize it. But, just like I said, fun little trivia. Every single one of the legendary birds is based on the Spanish numerical wording for it, along with the first part being more of what it is. So Articuno is Arctic Uno, Arctic number 1, Zapdos, Zapdos, and then Moltres, Molten Trace, you know. Again, it took me way longer than it really should have for me to realize that. Now, I kind of paused here because I had to double check on the hidden items, because I knew I forgot a hidden item or two or something like that. You know, again, I can only memorize so much, and having to memorize all the trainers I have to go against, along with everything else, and doing this, it kind of all clumped together a little bit. But anyway, so yeah, there's the first legendary bird that you can go out of your way to catch, defeat, whatever it is that you want to do. I don't remember, but I think in Gen 1, if you KO a legendary Pokemon, they do not return. That's not something until they introduce it to later generations, but I could be wrong on that. I'm 100% sure. But anyways, basement floor number 3. You thought we were done with stats. We're not even close. Red and blue version, 25% chance to run to a Seal, 1% chance for a Dugong. You're playing the red version, 40% chance for a Slowpoke, 15% chance for a Shelder, 15% chance for a Horsey, 4% chance for a Seadra. Blue version, 40% chance for a Psyduck, 15% chance for a Krabby, 4% chance for a Kingler, and 15% chance for a Staryu. Yellow version, 25% chance for a Zubat and a Golbat respectively, 15% chance for a Seal, 5% chance for a Dugong, 20% chance for a Krabby, and a 10% chance for a Kingler. If you are surfing in basement floor number 3, it shows in the yellow version for whatever reason and not the other version, so I'm assuming that they're all the same and someone messed up. I'm not exactly sure. 70% chance for a Tentacle, 30% chance for a Staryu. The way it is in the surfing on red, blue, and yellow in the earlier ones, probably red and blue, it's only a Tentacle, but again, I'm not 100% sure. If you choose to fish in basement floor number 3, it is, guess what? It is a good old Magikarp, Old Rod, 100% chance. Who would have thought? Actually, it looks like they're exactly the same stats from the look of it as Route 19 and 20 minus yellow. In the yellow versions, with the Super Rod, it's a 40% chance for a Krabby, 20% chance for a Kingler, and 40% chance for a Staryu. Every other one, the Good Rod, 50-50 on Poliwag and Goldeen, and then 25 on Shelder, Horsey, Goldeen, and Staryu throughout red and blue version, which I believe, like I said, is exactly the same when on Route 19 and 20. So, you know, kind of there you go. All right, and then finally, basement floor number 4, where we did find the Articuno. You are looking at, in the red and blue version, a 1% chance for a Golbat and a 15% chance for a Seal. Red version only, 15% chance for a Slowpoke, 4% chance for a Slowbro. But man, that'd be a really cool name for a Pokemon, a Flowbro. You feel me, bro? That's a Flowbro. Alright, that was a really bad joke. 25% chance for a Shelder, 40% chance for a Horsey. It's really late. I'm trying to get these done before I go to bed, as per usual. Blue version, 50% chance for a Psyduck, 4% chance for a Golduck, 40% chance for a Krabby, and 25% chance for a Staryu. Yellow version, 20% chance for a Zubat, 30% chance for a Golbat, 20% chance for a Seal, 5% chance for a Dugong, 15% chance for a Krabby, 10% chance for a Kingler. Surfing Tentacles, 70%, Staryu, 30%. And actually, it looks like the stats are exactly the same for fishing in the bottom floor compared to the other floor. And it is exactly that. So there you go. There's all your stats. We're very close to ending the video. And yeah, that's about all the stats. So relatively speaking, if you want really good water types, you know, part ice with the Seal Dugong or the Shelder that eventually becomes a Cloyster, part psychic with Slowpoke, Slowbro. If you want pure water inside a Golduck, you know, Krabby, Kingler as well, Horsey, Seadra, Staryu, to get the Starmie. Like, I mean, if you want really good, powerful water types, this is kind of the place that you want to be going. But if you're like me, the minute you get Lapras, you don't really have a means for getting any other water type, because Lapras is love and life of Gen 1 and the only water and ice type you ever need in your entire life. Which is only half true, because I do remember Starmie apparently is like one of the best Pokemon from like Gen 1 through whatever in singles, because it's just a really good, fast, reliable water psychic type. Gets really good dual stab moves, so pretty good. I'll stick with my Lapras, though. Anyways, yeah, that was a lot of stats to go through, and I know in the next part we're going to have even more stats to go through, because we've got the Pokemon Mansion randomly, which, you know, I'll get more into that when we get into the next part, because it's a really dumb thing that's kind of I don't know, a little bit shoehorned in. It really makes no sense, but again, we'll go more into that once we get into the next video, if I even remember. This is the last video I'm doing for the night before I go to bed, and I think in about a couple days I'll be coming back to get, I'm hoping to spend one day to get the last 8 episodes just done, but it's been relatively tough finding the free time to do that much at once. You know, that's why whenever I'm doing like these post-commentary things, it's like I do like 2 episodes one day and 3 episodes another day, because like my free time is very sparing, which again is why I prefer doing live plays. I can just sit down for like an hour and just get it done, and boom, there's 4 episodes right there. With this, because of all the back and forth and like the pre-recording and all that kind of stuff, depending on how long a part can be, I can usually generally only get about 2 or 3 post-commentary parts out of the way per night or something like that, and you know, I'm already ready to go to bed, so it's like I don't want to be staying up too late in comparison, basically. So, but hopefully, I'm really hoping this weekend I'm able to find time to get the last 8 episodes just done, so I can just be done with it finally and just get back into live plays for a while. Especially with how really hot it's been out lately. Like, my patience level is already at a 0. You know, it's been relatively hard to sleep without sweating my ass off. No, I do not have air conditioning, unfortunately. I feel like the 3 fans that I have is generally good enough, but we've been having forest fires going on, and that always raises the temperature an extra like 20 degrees in our area, and the clouds are clouds of smoke, so that kind of makes it actually feel hotter than what it really is. And it also tricks you, because then you expect it to rain, and that's, you know, really nice. It's like, hey, it's gonna cool off a little bit, it's raining, but it's like, oh wait, no, those are just smoke clouds from the forest fires, so it's not going to rain. In fact, now it's just going to be really hard to breathe, and it's really hot out, and it's been especially hot at my work. It's relatively weird. It usually hits a point, you know, because I work the later, like the afternoon to night shift, that once it usually hits about 8, 9 o'clock, even in the summer, it relatively starts to cool off a bit, to where the fans that we have are good enough. We have a swamp cooler, but it's a really big building, and, you know, it can only cool off so much. And, you know, generally it hits a point where, like, about 8, 9 o'clock, it gets nice enough out to where having the fans on is more than enough, or in some cases we have to turn the fans off because it's starting to get a little bit chilly. It has not been that way for about the past 2 weeks now. For the past 2 weeks, because of the forest fires, and, you know, generally it gets hotter in July anyways, but again, for whatever reason, like, when July and August hits, that's when all the forest fires wants to start happening, unfortunately, and then the heat really gets out of control. And in our workplaces, again, because the swamp cooler can only do so much, the fans aren't able to do so much either, and it's literally where it's like, you don't want to move, because if the fan's like right on you, you're going to make sure it stays on you, because you got to have your way to do anything else, and you are just literally begging to just, you know, melt yourself to death or something like that. You know, it's like the weirdest way I could probably look to put it. Something, though, that's been really funny to me anyways, is, especially on here, the amount of Sea Kings that we run into just keeps reminding me of the good old fuck yeah Sea King meme that I would utilize in Gen 2. And it was mostly because I think there was like maybe a total of 6 Sea Kings we ever had to go against. Maybe it's been about almost close to 6 since then, so I guess I could have, but I don't know. That was just kind of like it was funny back then, kept it in Gen 2 sort of thing. Yeah, and, you know, some jokes need to die for a reason, and this was one where I was like, nope, this one kind of needs to just go away by the wayside. You know, we had it in Gen 2, we're gonna keep it in Gen 2, so, you know, there's that. I'm sorry if you wanted the continuous of the fuck yeah Sea Kings going on, but, you know, it ain't gonna happen. I think that's the last trainer, and I think we're actually, yes, we are getting very close to being towards the end of the part. In fact, it should be ending right when I get into land and go to myself into a nice little Pokemon Center. I was like, where am I going? I'm pretty sure I want to go to the Pokemon Center because I need to call it a night, and my god, am I going to have a good evening because I'm so ready for bed. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evenings as well, and we'll see you guys in the next part where we're going to have like another little bit of a mini rant because it's a little bit ridiculous what the Pokemon Mansion is, but hey, you know what? We'll wait till then, so enjoy your evenings. Catch you guys then.